Stage 3, Module I, Part 1 complete. Locked memory areas. White heavy check mark basics of computer. White heavy check mark origin of computer. White heavy check mark evolution of computer. White heavy check mark advantages of computer. White heavy check mark impact on society. Next part. The real identity of cyber law begins. Globe with meridians cyberspace. Link symbol need for cyberspace. Warning sign # emerging issues. Police cars revolving light violations in cyberspace. Scales # need for cyber law. Part 2 will build the legal brain of Module I. Fleur-de-lis # cyber law. Module I. Introduction. Stage 4. Reading for the examiner. Part 1. Hermione Granger Library Mode. The understanding phase is complete. Now we transform the memory anchors into examiner-ready explanations. This is where Hermione opens her imaginary legal education channel and teaches the concept like a law professor, with connections, reasoning, examples, and answer structure. Graduation cap rightness _1 ST, the Digital Law Library. Hermione Granger Examiner Classroom Mode. Welcome back to the library. Put away those ordinary definitions because cyber law cannot be understood by memorizing that computers are electronic devices or internet is useful. Those are surface-level answers. The examiner is not searching for a computer definition. The examiner wants to know whether you understand how technology transformed society and forced law to evolve. Today we unlock Module I. Introduction to Cyber Law. The journey of cyber law is not simply computer-internet law. It is personal computer technology. Black down arrow #. Globe with meridians digital environment. Black down arrow #. Busts in silhouette social dependence. Black down arrow #. Warning sign # new forms of harm. Black down arrow #. Scales # legal regulation. Personal computer 1. The foundation. Understanding a computer. Scroll statutory anchor. Section 2, 1, I, Information Technology Act, 2000. When writing about computer basics in a cyber law answer, do not begin with a school-level explanation. Begin with law. Under Section 2, 1, I, of the Information Technology Act, 2000. A computer refers to any electronic, magnetic, optical, or other high-speed data processing device or system which performs logical, arithmetic and memory functions through manipulation of electronic, magnetic, or optical impulses. Hermione's exam technique. Break the computer into its operational architecture. IPO plus S. I. Input. The stage where information enters the computer system. Examples. Keyboard # keyboard. Computer mouse # mouse. Camera scanner. Legal importance. The input stage can be attacked through data manipulation and authorized malicious code injection. P. Processing. The stage where raw data is converted into meaningful information. The main component. CPU. Central Processing Unit. The brain of the computer. Legal importance. Attackers may manipulate processing functions program execution system operations. O. Output. The final result produced by the computer. Examples. Computer monitor # screen display. Printer # printed information. Mobile phone digital response. Legal importance. Output manipulation can create false information fraudulent communication digital deception. S. Storage. The preservation of digital information. Examples. Floppy disk hard drives. Cloud # cloud storage. File dividers # memory devices. Legal importance. Storage creates valuable digital assets. Therefore, it becomes vulnerable to data theft, data breach, ransomware attacks. Scales # the legal connection. Why does a law student need technological understanding? Because every cyber offense attacks one of these 4 foundations. Hardware. Physical destruction of computer systems. Example. Damaging computer equipment. Software. Manipulation of computer programs. Example. Malware installation. Data. Unauthorized access or copying of information. Example. Database theft. Network. Attack on communication systems. Example. Unauthorized access to networks. Fire examiner keyword. Cyber law begins with understanding the technological foundation upon which digital activities operate. Classical building #2. Evolution of computers. From calculation to digital society. A computer did not begin as a legal concern. Initially, it was only a calculation machine. But gradually, machine capability increased. Black down arrow hash. Human dependence increased. Black down arrow hash. Legal responsibility increased. Scroll evolutionary journey. Stage 1. Calculation devices. Purpose. To assist humans in mathematical calculations. Legal impact. Minimal. Traditional laws were sufficient because computers were isolated machines. Stage 2. Mechanical computers. Purpose. To perform complex calculations using mechanical systems. Development. Machines became more advanced. Stage 3. Electronic computers. Major transformation. Electronic systems replaced mechanical processes. Results. Faster processing, greater accuracy, larger storage capacity. Stage 4. Personal computers. Major transformation. Computers moved from institutions into homes. Impact. Books, education. Office building, business. Speech balloon communication. Legal issues. Software piracy, unauthorized access, data misuse. Stage 5. Internet era. The biggest transformation. Computers became connected globally. This created cyberspace. A world where information moves without traditional geographical limits. Memory line. Calculation, machine, electronic system, personal computer, internet. Scales # legal importance of evolution. The nature of crime changed. Earlier. Who stole my physical property? Now. Who accessed my digital information? Earlier. Where did the offense occur? Now. Which country has jurisdiction over an online offense? Globe showing Europe, Africa. 3. Impact of computers on society. Computers transformed every major social structure. Remember. EBGS. Books. Education. Computers created. Online learning, digital libraries, virtual classrooms. Legal issues. Digital copyright infringement. Example. Unauthorized sharing of online educational material. Credit card. Banking. Computers transformed financial activities. Examples. Online banking, digital payments, electronic transactions. Legal issues. Phishing, identity theft, financial fraud. Classical building #G. Governance. Governments adopted. E-governance, digital identity systems, online public services. Legal issue. Protection of sensitive citizen information. Critical information infrastructure protection becomes important under the IT Act. Globe with meridians. Social communication. Computers changed human relationships through social media, online platforms, instant messaging. Legal issues. Cyber stalking, cyber harassment, cyber defamation. Hermione's exam connection. Computers did not merely improve society. They transformed the nature of human interaction. And whenever society changes, law must evolve. Stage 4, Module I, Part 1 complete. Locked examiner understanding. White heavy check mark Section 2, 1. IT Act, 2000, Computer definition. White heavy check mark IPO plus S framework. White heavy check mark hardware, software, data, network vulnerabilities. White heavy check mark evolution of computers. White heavy check mark computer transformation into digital society. White heavy check mark EBGS impact analysis. Next part. Now we move into the heart of cyber law. Globe with meridians, cyberspace jurisprudence. Scales # territorial problems. Link symbol need for cyberspace. Warning sign # emerging issues. Police cars revolving light cyber violations. Scroll Birth of Information Technology Act, 2000. Part 2 will build the actual legal identity of cyber law. Fleur-de-lis # cyber law. Module I. Introduction. Stage 3, Reading for Memory. Crescent Moon Part 2. Hermione Granger Library Revision Mode. The foundation is now built. We understand computers and their social impact. Now we lock the actual cyber law concepts into long-term memory. This is where examiners begin looking for legal reasoning rather than technological description. Quick recall of Part 1. Remember. Personal computer. Black down arrow #. Scroll origin and evolution. Black down arrow #. High voltage sign advantages. Black down arrow #. Globe showing Europe-Africa impact on society. Now Part 2 continues the story. Globe with meridians cyberspace. Black down arrow #. Link symbol need for cyberspace. Black down arrow #. Warning sign # emerging issues. Black down arrow #. Police cars revolving light violations. Black down arrow #. Scales # need for cyber law. Globe with meridians 6. Cyberspace. Memory trigger. Cyberspace equals digital environment created by interconnected networks. Whenever the word cyberspace appears, immediately think. Globe with meridians virtual. Globe with meridians borderless. Globe with meridians network-based. Globe with meridians data-driven. Book's origin of the term. The word cyberspace became famous through Open Book William Gibson. Open Book Neuromancer, 1984. Memory keyword. Fiction, reality. What began as science fiction became a real legal environment. Today cyberspace is where email symbol communication occurs. Credit card transactions occur. Open file folder data is stored. Police cars revolving light crimes are committed. Scales # legal disputes arise. House physical space vs globe with meridian cyberspace. Physical space. Remember. Round pushpin location-based. Classical building # territory-based. Scales # clear jurisdiction. Example. A robbery occurs in Kolkata. The place of crime is easily identifiable. Cyberspace. Remember. Globe with meridians borderless. Link symbol connection-based. Floppy disk data-oriented. Example. A hacker in Germany attacks a server in Singapore affecting a user in India. Memory formula. Physical world equals location. Cyber world equals connection. Scales # legal importance. Traditional law asks. Round pushpin where did the crime happen? Bust in silhouette who committed it? Page facing up where is the evidence? Cyberspace complicates all three. Because. Bust in silhouette offender. Personal computer device. Cloud # server. Busts in silhouette victim. May all exist in different countries. Fire exam keyword. Cyberspace challenges traditional concepts of territorial jurisdiction because digital activities transcend geographical boundaries. Link symbol 7. Need for cyberspace. Memory trigger. CDG. C. Communication. Cyberspace allows instant communication. Examples. Email symbol emails. Video camera video conferences. Speech balloon messaging platforms. Mobile phone social media. Memory keyword. Instant connectivity. D. Digital economy. Modern commerce depends upon cyberspace. Examples. Shopping trolley e-commerce. Credit card digital payments. Bank online banking. Chart with upward trend digital markets. Memory keyword. Electronic commerce. E. Electronic storage. Modern society stores information digitally. Examples. Open file folder government records. Hospital medical records. Office building corporate databases. Graduation cap educational archives. Memory keyword. Information preservation. G. Governance. Governments increasingly function through digital systems. Examples. Digital identity. Bookmark tabs online certificates. Classical building e-governance. Mobile phone public service portals. Memory keyword. Digital administration. Memory chain. Communication. Black down arrow hash. Commerce. Black down arrow hash. Information. Black down arrow hash. Governance. Black down arrow hash. Dependence on cyberspace. Scales hash legal connection. The greater society's dependence on cyberspace. Black down arrow hash. The greater the value of digital information. Black down arrow hash. The greater the possibility of misuse. Black down arrow hash. The greater the need for legal regulation. Warning sign hash 8. Emerging issues in cyberspace. Memory trigger. ADDJ. Robot face ARI. Lock data protection. Digital identity. Scales hash jurisdiction. Artificial intelligence challenges. AI creates completely new legal questions. Examples. Robot face deepfakes. Robot face automated decision-making. Robot face AI-generated content. Robot face algorithmic manipulation. Legal question. Who is liable? Man # personal computer the programmer. Office building the company. Bust in silhouette the user. Robot face the AI itself. Memory keyword. Autonomous liability. D. Data protection issues. Data is the new digital asset. Problems. Police cars revolving light unauthorized collection. Police cars revolving light data leakage. Police cars revolving light surveillance. Police cars revolving light privacy violations. Memory keyword. Informational privacy. D. Digital identity problems. Online identity can easily be manipulated. Examples. Fake profiles. Identity theft. Impersonation. Credential misuse. Memory keyword. Identity manipulation. J. Jurisdictional challenges. Perhaps the most difficult issue in cyber law. Example. Person in country A. Black down arrow hash. Uses server in country B. Black down arrow hash. Targets victim in country C. Legal question. Which court should hear the case? Memory keyword. Jurisdictional conflict. Memory rule. Technology evolves faster than law. Therefore. New technology. Black down arrow hash. New problems. Black down arrow hash. New legal responses. Police cars revolving light 9. Violations in cyberspace. Memory trigger. IAS. Bust in silhouette individual. Office building institution. Classical building hash state. Bust in silhouette violations against individuals. Cyber stalking. Repeated monitoring of a person's digital activities. Keyword. Digital surveillance. Cyber harassment. Conduct causing emotional distress through digital means. Examples. Mobile phone threatening messages. Mobile phone online abuse. Mobile phone intimidation. Keyword. Digital intimidation. Identity theft. Using another person's identity without authorization. Examples. Key password theft. Credential misuse. Credit card financial impersonation. Keyword. Identity misappropriation. Cyber defamation. Publishing false statements online harming reputation. Keyword. Digital reputation harm. Office building violations against institutions. Hacking. Unauthorized access to computer systems. Keyword. System intrusion. Scales hash statutory link. Scroll section 43, A. Information Technology Act, 2000. Unauthorized access to a computer, computer system, or computer network. Data theft. Unauthorized extraction of confidential information. Keyword. Information exfiltration. Scales hash statutory link. Scroll section 43, B. Information Technology Act, 2000. Unauthorized downloading, copying, or extraction of data. Malware or virus attacks. Introduction of harmful software into computer systems. Keyword. System contamination. Scales hash statutory link. Scroll Section 43, C. Information Technology Act, 2000. Introduction of computer contaminants or computer viruses. Phishing. Fraudulent attempts to obtain sensitive information. Targets. Key passwords. Credit card banking information. Email symbol login credentials. Keyword. Digital deception. Classical building hash violations against the state. Cyber terrorism. Technology used against national security. Targets. High-voltage sine power grids. Satellite hash defense networks. Classical building hash government systems. Satellite dish critical infrastructure. Keyword. National security threat. Cyber warfare. State-sponsored digital attacks. Keyword. Digital conflict. Scales #10. Need for cyber law. Glowing star most important topic of Module I. This topic explains why cyber law exists. Memory formula. Old laws plus new technology equals legal gap. Problem 1. Intangible nature of data. Traditional theft involves physical property. Digital information can be copied without removing the original. Question. Can copying data be treated as theft? Memory keyword. Non-corporeal property. Scales #traditional law mismatch. Scroll Section 22, Indian Penal Code, 1860. Property was traditionally understood in a corporeal, tangible, sense. Scroll Section 378, Indian Penal Code, 1860. Theft required moving movable property out of another person's possession. When data is copied. White heavy checkmark original data remains. White heavy checkmark possession is not physically lost. Cross-mark traditional theft concepts become inadequate. Problem 2. Electronic records. Traditional legal systems relied upon paper documents. Digital society requires recognition of open file folder electronic records. Writing hand #digital signatures. Scroll electronic contracts. Memory keyword. Digital documentation. Scales #statutory connection. Scroll Section 2, 1, 0, IT Act, 2000. Defines data. Scroll Information Technology Act, 2000. Provides legal recognition to electronic records and digital signatures. Problem 3. Jurisdictional difficulties. Traditional crimes occur within physical boundaries. Cyber crimes easily cross national borders. Memory keyword. Borderless crime. Problem 4. New forms of offences. Traditional laws never anticipated. Police cars revolving light hacking. Police cars revolving light phishing. Police cars revolving light cyber stalking. Police cars revolving light data breaches. Police cars revolving light cyber terrorism. Memory keyword. Technological crime. Scroll legal solution. Information Technology ACT 2000. The IT Act became India's primary cyber legislation. Objective 1. Recognize electronic transactions. Examples. Open file folder electronic records. Writing hand #digital signatures. Scroll e-contracts. Objective 2. Punish cyber offences. Examples. Police cars revolving light unauthorized access. Police cars revolving light data theft. Police cars revolving light digital fraud. Police cars revolving light system damage. Objective 3. Recognize electronic evidence. Digital information became legally admissible. Scales #evidence law integration. Scroll Section 65A and 65B, Indian Evidence Act, 1872. Provide the framework for admissibility of electronic records and electronic evidence in court proceedings. Memory keyword. Digital legitimacy. Statutory memory integration matrix. Memory shortcut. Scales #statutory anchor. IPO plus S. Section 2, 1. I. Computer definition. Data and storage. Section 2, 1. O. Data definition. Unauthorized access. Section 43, A. Data downloading copying. Section 43, B. Malware, a virus introduction. Section 43, C. Electronic evidence. Section 65A and 65B, Indian Evidence Act. Corporeal property issue. Section 22, IPC. Theft limitation. Section 378, IPC. Digital governance and banking evidence. Amendments recognizing electronic records and evidence. Cyber Law Solution. Information Technology Act. 2000. The complete module I memory story. Personal computer creates digital capability. Black down arrow hash. Globe showing Europe-Africa digital evolution. Creates connectivity. Black down arrow hash. Globe with meridians cyberspace. Creates virtual interaction. Black down arrow hash. Link symbol social dependence. Creates digital assets. Black down arrow hash. Warning sign hash emerging issues. Create new risks. Black down arrow hash. Police cars revolving light cyber violations. Create harm. Black down arrow hash. Scales hash cyber law. Creates protection and regulation. Black down arrow hash. Scroll Information Technology ACT 2000. Provides legal recognition, regulation, and remedies. Module I, Stage 3 complete. Memory anchors successfully locked closed lock with key. White heavy check mark basics of computer. White heavy check mark origin. White heavy check mark evolution. White heavy check mark advantages. White heavy check mark impact on society. White heavy check mark cyberspace. White heavy check mark need for cyberspace. White heavy check mark emerging issues. White heavy check mark violations in cyberspace. White heavy check mark need for cyber law. White heavy check mark section 2, 1. I. Computer. White heavy check mark section 2, 1. O. Data. White heavy check mark section 43, A. 43, B. 43, C. White heavy check mark section 65A and 65B Evidence Act. White heavy check mark section 22 IPC. White heavy check mark section 378 IPC. Glowing star next stage. Graduation cap stage 4. Examiner teaching mode. The Hermione YouTube channel opens. Books. No more memory formulas. No more quick revision. Now every topic will be taught like a law professor explaining it to future advocates. Connecting. Scales hash jurisprudence. Scroll statutory provisions. Globe with meridians technology. Classical building hash constitutional values. Legal reasoning. Memo examination strategy. Cyberspace characteristics. BAAI. B equals borderless. Activities cross national boundaries. A equals anonymous. Identity can be concealed. A equals accessible. Available globally. I equals instantaneous. Communication occurs instantly. Memory. Cyberspace is borderless. Anonymous. Accessible. Instantaneous. 2. Jurisdiction challenge. You mention jurisdiction problems. But add one examiner sentence. The cyber jurisdiction problem. Traditional law. Crime one territory. Cyber law. Offender. Server. Victim. May all be in different countries. Keyword. Borderless crime. This becomes a powerful answer point. 3. Data as new property. This is a huge modern concept. Add under emerging issues. Digital economy insight. Industrial era. Land plus factories. Information era. Data plus information. Memory formula. DNP. Data equals new property. One line. Data has become one of the most valuable economic resources of the digital age. Examiners love this. 4. The cyber law triangle. Pearl has jurisdiction, choice of law, recognition. Cyber law should also have a master triangle. Cyber law triangle. Technology, risk, regulation, or innovation, misuse, legal control.